In 1892, in the quiet town of Exeter, Rhode Island, a desperate community turned to an ancient superstition to fight an invisible killer. This is the chilling story of Mercy Brown, the so-called last vampire of New England. In the late 1800s, tuberculosis, known as consumption, was ravaging families across New England. It was a mysterious and deadly disease that seemed to drain the life from its victims. Entire households fell ill, and medical science had no cure. This fear gave rise to a bizarre belief that deceased family members were returning from the grave to feed on the living. These vampires, it was thought, caused the sickness to spread. In January 1892, 19-year-old Mercy Brown succumbed to tuberculosis after her mother and sister had already died. Her brother Edwin also fell gravely ill. Desperate to save him, neighbors convinced Mercy's father, George Brown, to exhume his family's bodies. When they opened Mercy's coffin, they were shocked. Unlike her mother and sister, Mercy's body was unusually well preserved. Her heart still contained liquid blood, a sign, they believed, that she was undead. The villagers removed Mercy's heart and burned it on a nearby rock. They mixed the ashes into a tonic and gave it to Edwin in hopes of curing him. Tragically, he died 2 months later. Even at the time, Mercy's exhumation was controversial. Newspapers called it a horrible superstition, but it wasn't an isolated event. Folklorist Michael Bell has documented over 80 similar cases across New England during the 19th century. These vampire panics coincided with tuberculosis outbreaks, as people sought answers for an illness they couldn't understand. Signs of natural decomposition, like blood pooling in organs or nails appearing to grow, were misinterpreted as evidence of vampirism. In truth, cold weather likely preserved Mercy's body in her above-ground crypt. Mercy Brown's story has become legend. Some believe it inspired Bram Stoker's Dracula, published just 5 years later. Today, her grave is a site of fascination for those drawn to this eerie chapter in American history. The vampire panic reminds us how fear can drive people to extraordinary, and sometimes tragic, measures when science falls short. It's a haunting tale of desperation and belief in the face of the unknown. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below with your favorite historical mysteries.